I was convinced that I was going to get filming done at like 3 in the afternoon when I came home from work. I worked an early shift today. It was 7 to 3. But I came home and I procrastinated, and then I had to pick up my mom, and then I came home and I procrastinated, and then I went and bought some pants. Long story. And then I procrastinated, and now it's like 10 o'clock and I'm making this, and I'm only doing it because I was in the middle of procrastinating, which is a very, very important way to pass the time. You know all about that, Jen, which we'll address in a minute. And I went, oh, and realized that I had to be doing something, and so I started, and here I am. Jen, you talked about ways to motivate yourself. Well, aside from the very, very helpful advice, I'm sure, you should remind yourself why you love it so much. Let me give you some more, because that's not actually that helpful. I would say, first of all, just do a little bit every day. So you're doing something that you ultimately love. It would be easier if you just, start out by promising to spend 10 or 15 minutes just writing something. And then once you get started, it's easier to keep it going. You can say, oh, I'll just keep writing, and you get really, really into it. I know that happens to me when I write. I write and I literally just don't stop writing for a really long time. I don't know if you've taken physics, but I'll go ahead and compare it to physics. It's kind of like coefficients of friction. So like usually, like if you're pushing a box, the coefficient of static friction is going to be higher than the coefficient of kinetic friction, which means that it's going to take more force to get the box moving, to push it forward in the first place, than it is to keep it going after it's already started moving. On another note, I'm wondering how you try to get yourself to write more now. What are your methods? Whatever they are, change them. Or how you write, what you write about, how you brainstorm. If you're more of like a kind of thought recorder, or you're more of like a journal type writer, change it and try to just make up a random story. Vice versa, if you tend to make up like short little like fictional things or long ones, change that to, write more about, how you think or why you think something happened the way it did today or something like that. I don't know. And finally, this is advice that always works well, especially in terms of education. Make it more fun. You need to give yourself, kind of like entertainment value when you do it. I don't know what that is. Good luck. I don't really actually have a suggestion. Other than NaNoWriMo. Have you ever heard of NaNoWriMo? NaNoWriMo is the shortened version of National Novel Writing Month, which is the month of November, as it happens. I have never done NaNoWriMo. My sister has, however, several years in a row now. She seems to enjoy it. Basically, you go on the site and you log in, and it's a place where you can post your stories, you can post things that you've written, and people can read it and write it, or comment on it, things like that. You can update your word count and everything, and basically your goal is to just keep writing from November 1st to November 30th, and you have to create your own 50,000 word story by the end of the month. Your own novel. It should be noted, however, that you have to start from scratch. I quote, "None of your own previously written prose can be included in your NaNoWriMo draft, though outlines, character sketches, and research are all fine, as are citations from other people's works." So this isn't just random stuff that you've written, it's progress towards the particular novel. Interjection over. That just might be the kick that you need. I don't know. It's not necessarily for everyone. It doesn't necessarily end up being a success for everyone. I'm sure most people don't actually finish it. Everyone says that they're going to do it, but they don't. But you might consider it. Admittedly, November is a little bit late. I'm sure that you probably want to get yourself motivated long before that. Then again, this is just another fantastic way for you to procrastinate, which is basically why you needed our advice in the first place, right? Right.